Hey there, YouTube. So this is not my idea. I actually got this from somebody else, but I just wanted to show you this video in case you hadn't seen this before. But I'm actually going to take this book and I'm going to take it apart and put it on some Happy Planner discs. This is Teach Like a Champion 2.0. It's a really good book. I'm not very far yet, but it's really good so far. But when I have books like this, but when I have books where I'm going to be trying to learn something, or I'm going to want to take notes or highlight things, I really like being able to fold it over so that I can write on the page really comfortably and not have to fight with keeping the book open. So I'm going to rebind this to make that a little bit easier, and I just wanted to show you that. So the first step is to take the front cover and the back cover off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'm just going to use a razor blade and go along the edge. So there's the two covers taken off. I'm going to go ahead and try and trim up the edges. So I'm going to go get my slicer tool and just trim up those nasty edges a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and pick out the Happy Planner discs that I want to put them on. I do have some metal discs, but I'm going to put these on plastic discs because I like saving my metal discs for the planners that I'm using. And I'm going to use classic sized. It's a pretty big book, and I think the classic size is going to be perfect for it. I think mini would be too small, and I think like an expander disc would be too much, but I think the classic size disc is going to be just right. Also, this book is exactly the same size as a classic Happy Planner because it fit perfectly in the little lines in my punch. Just saying. So the goal now is to try and get this binding off a little bit, and then taking little chunks at a time, I'm going to try and basically peel this book apart. As I go, I'm going to be trimming the edges and punching it to put in the book right here. So I will say too that it's a lot easier to do this part with smaller chunks. When I grab too big of a chunk, it feels tougher and it feels like I might accidentally rip some pages. And even though it seems like it might take a while, it's going pretty quick. I didn't pay attention to the amount of time that I spent doing this, but like I said, I don't want to grab too big a chunk because I don't want to rip the pages. Like that. Oh. The very front and the very back page are a little rough because the cover was glued onto those two pages a little bit more than all the rest. So I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of see like these are a little bit more rough. So I'm not going to worry about that too much, but just so that you know, you might tear these pages up a little bit because there is so much glue stuck to them. And this is with any happy planner, but those first few pages that you put on, the discs are a little bit wobbly, but as I get more pages on there, they'll get more secure and then it'll be quicker to put the pages on. The toughest part about this is trying to make sure that you stay organized because it's really easy to get switched around and accidentally punch the wrong side or to get your pages mixed up. But at least if you're punching the right side and your pages get mixed up in a happy planner, it's not that hard to move them around. But the toughest part is after you trim this edge, sometimes you kind of get mixed up on which side you should be punching. You also want to make sure that as you're punching these, you get it in the punch completely. I haven't done it with this one, but I have done it in the past where one side might get stuck, especially when you're punching lots of papers. Sometimes it kind of builds up and it doesn't go all the way into the punch, and then you end up with kind of a jankety, crooked punch or some that completely miss the paper. So you want to make sure that you're wiggling it and you get the paper completely in that happy planner punch. So there we go. I have this Teach Like a Champion 2.0 put on Happy Planner discs now, so I can flip it around and I can write on it and highlight however I want, and I think it's going to be a lot easier to read this way. I can just set it down wherever I'm at and leave it there and pick it back up, so I'm really excited to continue reading this book like this. I've been meaning to put it on discs for a little while now, so I'm glad that I finally got around to doing it. And since I've got everything out and I've already got a mess made, I'm going to go ahead and bind my other classroom management book. So I'm going to go get it real quick and show you guys. This one is literally called The Classroom Management Book by Wong and Wong. I have read through quite a bit of it. Already when I first started teaching, but with moving to a new school, I kind of want to go through it again, or at least have it a little bit more accessible. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on disc as well. So I've got the classroom management book done now too. So I've got both of these books that I really like using as resources for my classroom put on Happy Planner discs. I went ahead and went with blue mini discs because I had picked up a bunch of Happy Notes. So I've got lots of these blue ones. So even if I wanted to put one of my Happy Notes back on those blue discs, I still have them. And then here's my Teach Like a Champion. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure and hit the like button and the subscribe button and comment down below if you've put any books on Happy Planner discs. Thanks for watching.